You shouldn't be here. Get out of my face. I am not leaving, and you will behave. Make me!
The first time anyone saw the black limousine stop outside the Harbor Crown Hotel at exactly 8 o'clock every Friday evening, every waitress silently prayed that someone else would be assigned to table 7. It wasn't because the billionaire himself was cruel. Alexander Ashford, founder of the Ashford International Group, was known across the city as a quiet man who rarely spoke unless necessary. The problem was the woman who always entered 5 steps behind him, his 26-year-old daughter, Victoria Ashford. Beautiful, elegant, and dressed in designer clothes worth more than most employees earned in a year, Victoria carried herself like the world belonged beneath her heels. Rumors spread among hotel staff that she had made over 30 waitresses quit in the past 2 years. One had been fired for serving sparkling water instead of still water. Another burst into tears after Victoria criticized her accent in front of a room full of wealthy guests. A third had her salary deducted because a tiny drop of soup landed near the edge of Victoria's plate. Whenever the Ashford reservation appeared on the schedule, fear settled over the restaurant like a storm cloud. Managers warned everyone to smile constantly, answer immediately, and never, under any circumstance, disagree with Victoria. The employees didn't hate the billionaire, they pitied him. Alexander usually apologized quietly after every incident, but his daughter never seemed to notice anyone else's embarrassment. To her, waitresses were invisible people whose only purpose was to obey. That Friday was no different, until the newest employee arrived. Her name tag simply read Anna. She looked ordinary, perhaps 28 years old, wearing the same neatly pressed uniform as everyone else. Her brown hair was tied into a simple bun, and there was nothing expensive about her appearance. Unlike the nervous staff surrounding her, Anna moved calmly through the dining room with steady confidence, as though no wealthy customer could shake her composure. She had started only 3 days earlier after transferring from a small cafe in another town. No one knew much about her except that she worked hard, spoke politely, and somehow remained smiling during the busiest shifts. When the manager realized all the senior waitresses had mysteriously disappeared into the kitchen the moment the Ashfords walked in, he sighed deeply before turning toward Anna. "You'll take table 7 tonight," he said, already expecting panic. Instead, Anna nodded gently. "Of course," she answered. "Is there anything special I should know?" The manager hesitated before whispering, "Don't argue with Miss Ashford. Even if she's wrong, she's right." Anna thanked him politely and picked up the menus. Victoria barely looked at her as she approached. "You're new," she said without greeting. "The others finally quit." Anna smiled politely. "Good evening, miss. Welcome back." Victoria frowned. "I asked you a question." "Yes," Anna replied calmly. "I am new." Alexander offered Anna an apologetic smile before opening his menu. "Thank you for serving us." Those simple words surprised her more than anything else. She could already sense the tension between father and daughter. Throughout the evening, Victoria searched for flaws with almost professional determination. The steak was too warm. The wine wasn't chilled enough. The bread basket should have arrived 30 seconds sooner. Each complaint was delivered loudly enough for neighboring tables to hear. Yet every time, Anna simply apologized, corrected the issue without complaint, and returned with the same gentle smile. Her patience seemed almost impossible. The other waitresses watched from behind the service station, whispering that Victoria would eventually explode. It happened during dessert. As Anna carefully placed a chocolate soufflé before Alexander, Victoria deliberately nudged her own spoon off the table. The silver utensil landed on the polished marble floor with a loud clang. Several guests turned to look. Anna bent gracefully to retrieve it, but before she could stand, Victoria spoke loudly. "Honestly, watching waitresses crawl around reminds me why people should stay in their proper place." Silence spread through the restaurant. Even Alexander looked shocked. "Victoria," he warned quietly. She ignored him. Anna slowly stood, placing the used spoon on a tray. Instead of looking embarrassed, she met Victoria's eyes with calm dignity. "I'll bring you a clean spoon immediately," she said. Victoria leaned back in her chair, disappointed that the insult had failed. "No apology, no tears," Anna answered softly. "My parents taught me that another person's anger doesn't define my worth." For the first time all evening, Victoria had no immediate response. The next Friday, despite every waitress trying to exchange shifts, Anna again volunteered to serve table 7. This time Victoria arrived determined to break the mysterious newcomer's composure. She criticized the flower arrangement, complained about the lighting, and even accused Anna of walking too quietly. Yet nothing worked. Anna never became defensive. She simply continued serving with quiet professionalism. Other guests began noticing the contrast between the billionaire's daughter and the calm waitress. Murmurs spread across the dining room. Some even smiled encouragingly at Anna whenever Victoria looked away. Alexander observed everything without saying much, but his thoughtful eyes remained fixed on Anna throughout dinner. As the evening ended, an elderly customer accidentally collided with Anna while leaving. A tray tilted dangerously, and a glass of expensive red wine splashed across the front of Victoria's white designer dress. Gasps echoed across the restaurant. Everyone froze. Victoria slowly stood, staring at the crimson stain spreading across silk worth thousands of dollars. Her face burned with fury. "Do you have any idea what you've done?" she shouted. "This dress costs more than you'll earn in 2 years." The manager rushed over, already apologizing before Anna could speak. "Miss Ashford, we'll pay for the damages." Victoria pointed directly at Anna. "No, she will. Fire her immediately." Tears filled several employees' eyes because they knew the decision had already been made. Anna looked at the ruined dress before quietly saying, "I'm truly sorry for the accident." Victoria stepped closer. "Sorry isn't enough. Tell everyone your full name before security escorts you out. I want everyone to know exactly who ruined my evening." The restaurant became completely silent. Anna hesitated for only a second. Then she slowly reached toward her name tag. With one smooth motion, she removed the small badge that simply read Anna. She looked directly into Victoria's furious eyes and spoke in a calm, steady voice that somehow filled the entire dining room. "My full name," she said, "is Anna Laurent de Valois." Alexander's fork slipped from his hand and hit the table with a sharp metallic sound. His face turned completely pale. Across the room, an elderly French diplomat who had been quietly enjoying dinner suddenly stood up so quickly that his chair crashed backward. His eyes widened in disbelief as he stared at the waitress. You're de Valois." The entire restaurant fell into stunned silence.